I love our team. Got a chance to be, I think, pretty special, but I know where we are today and where we're going to be in February and March. Hopefully is two totally different teams. We got to continue to improve and get better, and we've got a lot of room for improvement. But this team has a very high ceiling, and I like it. I love our work ethic, and so with that, I'll open it up to any questions you guys might have. George King and I have visited. He's going to redshirt this year, and with that being said, he's probably shown as good of improvement from the perimeter shooting the ball. And redshirting, you know, there's a lot of things that go into it. It's not just the basketball part of it, you know, and much like Wesley's decision to do it his freshman year, you know, a lot of it has to do with trading, you know, a year where maybe your minutes might be 10 to 15 minutes a game, and trading that for your fifth year where, you know, I would expect George to be a starter and playing 30 minutes a game type thing. So he's going to redshirt. Again, that's assuming that we're healthy and everybody's ready to go, which right now we're dinged up a little bit, but we'll be fine by November 14th, I believe. Spent a lot of time this offseason with two coaches. One guy named Steve Donahue, who's the old coach at Boston College, who is, I think, a terrific offensive mind. He spent a weekend out here in the spring and another weekend this fall with our staff and really talking offensive concepts and ideas. And then George Karl. I've spent some time with him, went down to Denver and spent a day with him picking his brain. So some of our transition offensive ideas, you know, we've kind of tried to institute some of the things of Coach Karl and I talked about, playing fast, playing at a high pace, playing a high possession game. And then some of the half-court stuff, you know, some of the things that Coach Donahue brought to our staff. I think anybody that has watched basketball over the last 12 months always talks about the San Antonio Spurs and how fun they were to watch in the NBA Finals and playoffs last year, and really throughout the whole season, and the way they move the ball and share the ball, and they've got great players. But so passing and catching and finishing is something we've really spent a lot of time on this fall.
Is it easy to get young kids to appreciate the San Antonio Spurs?
No. It's hard. Biggest thing with ski is make good decisions, no fight the game. When you're open, shoot it. When you're out open, pass it. Make simple basketball plays. And we're going to keep trying. That's all I can say. We're going to keep trying. And you know, Ski, he wants to play well. He wants to improve. And I think sometimes maturity, hopefully being a senior, makes a difference. And there's something about being a senior that's special, and it's your last go around. And the thing I want Ski to understand is he doesn't have to do it all by himself. He needs his teammates and just to make simple basketball plays. And if he does that, he'll be fine. If he continues to fight the game and it gets in his head, then, you know, we'll have more of the same. But it's time to understand, and I think he does. And Ski's mindset is good right now, and he's ready for a good senior year. Brand new year for this team. The fact that we've been to 4 straight postseasons and 3 straight NCAA tournaments in no way guarantees this team that opportunity at the end of the year. You earn that opportunity for what you do throughout the season. And that starts on November 14th. And the one challenge we have is there's not one player in our locker room who was, you know, at my house 4 years ago when we didn't get in. And so our coaches understand that pit in the bottom of your stomach and that feeling of disappointment and disgust. Our players don't understand it. Our players, all they know is the NCAA tournament right now, the ones that are in our program. So we've got to understand that it's not a given that we're going to get there. It's hard to get there. There's a lot of good teams every year that don't get there. Those of you who followed our program since we've been here, you can make the argument that our first year's team was our most talented team and our best team. So it was our best offensive team without a question. If you look at the numbers, you know, field goal percentage and 5th in the country and free throw percentage and points per game. I think we averaged almost 80 points a game that year with Alec and Corey and Levi and that crew. So our best team at Colorado arguably didn't make the tournament, and the 3 behind them did. So, but they did because they defended, they rebounded, and we took care of business in November and December. And that's what I want our players to understand. November 14th against Drexel is just as important as February 14th against whoever Pac-12 team we're playing. And the opportunities that are there in November, December, we got to make sure we capitalize on, and we don't let those opportunities slip through our fingers, because at the end of the year, those are the ones that come back and bite you. So that's the challenge, is to get our team mentally, physically, emotionally ready to play all 30 games that are on our schedule. And then hopefully if we do our job there, then the postseason takes care of itself. Now, the second part of that, and what you're getting at, is if we're able to get to the tournament, what's the next step for this program? And without a doubt, the next step is advancing and winning a game or two, getting to a Sweet 16, an Elite Eight, a Final Four. That's the goal. There's no question. And I'm not going to shy away from that, but I also don't want to put the cart in front of the horse and just talk about NCAA tournaments being a given, because they're not a given. If we had to start a game tomorrow, we'd start probably Askia and Xavier Talton, Xavier Johnson, Wesley Gordon, and Josh Scott. But that's fluid. It's not one of those things that I think the bench is going to be the determining factor in how this team does this year. And so the guys like Jerron Hopkins and Dustin Thomas and Trayshawn Fletcher and Torrey Miller and Dom Collier, the new guys, coming in, they're the X factors.